The Fake Saint and the Terrifying Story of the Village Girls, a tale of youth courage based on a true story on the banks of a river. There was a small village where ordinary people lived a peaceful life, but hidden within the village was a strange mystery. Several girls began to disappear suddenly, and everyone was gripped with fear. Despite warnings among themselves, no one could uncover the real truth. Into this village came a fake saint. He had a calm appearance, carried a long staff, and wore a mystical rainbow-colored smile on his face. The villagers started worshipping him, believing him to be a holy figure. Rahul and his friends, under the cover of the thick darkness by the river, began to follow the fake saint. The night wind made the sky tremble, and the floodwaters of the river rose in huge waves. The fake saint was dragging a girl into a boat, trying to keep her under his control. Rahul's heart raced as he watched every step and silently coordinated with his friends to get closer, record the video, and later show it to the police. The boat turned around the bend of the river and headed into a deserted jungle. Darkness mixed with shadows of the trees, creating a terrifying atmosphere. The girl's eyes were filled with terror, and in the fake saint's eyes glimmered a shadow of helplessness, masked with cruelty. Rahul and his friends carefully followed the boat from behind. Suddenly, the morning breeze hit the boat, and an eerie wail came from the fake saint. The girls screamed in fear, but the silence of the river surrounded them. Rahul realized that if they didn't act immediately, the girls' danger would reach its peak. He quickly called the police helpline while his friend stood by the boat with a rope ready. The fake saint realized he was being followed and sped up the boat. The river waves rocked the boat violently, but the girl did not fall into the water despite her fear. Rahul's friend bravely jumped into the river and helped the girl. The fake saint shouted in rage, but Rahul and his friends never lost courage. Their determination and strategy began to confuse the fake saint. Finally, they were able to bring the girl safely to the riverbank. Meanwhile, the police arrived at the scene. The fake saint was arrested. His terrifying secret slowly came to light. He was not only oppressing the village girls, but also using their fear to manipulate the villagers. At first, the villagers couldn't believe that the saint they had worshipped could be so inhumane. The girl gradually regained her courage. Rahul and his friends' bravery gave her a new life. She realized that no matter how powerless someone may seem, standing for truth can make anything possible. Peace and justice were restored in the village. The fake saint's heinous deeds were brought to justice. Rahul and his friends' courage became a shining example for the village. But the fake saint's real face had been far more sinister. He had devised a terrifying plan to dominate and oppress the village girls. One night, when the village was shrouded in silence and darkness, Rahul sensed that something was terribly wrong. He had seen the saint taking the girls away many times, but no one had dared to speak. Rahul gathered his courage and decided that tonight he would reveal the truth. In the darkness, Rahul climbed the rooftop and saw the fake saint taking a girl into a house. Carefully, he followed them and observed the saint's wolf-like eyes, the sinister grin, and an uncanny shadow that surrounded him. The girl was terrified, but Rahul meticulously noted every step. He resolved that tonight he would uncover everything. Rahul took out his mobile phone and began recording. The boat carrying the girl moved through the river towards a secluded location. Rahul quickly alerted his friends, who arrived with quick rescue plans. The fake saint realized someone was following them and tried to speed up the boat. Amidst the dark river, turbulent floodwaters, and terrifying night, Rahul and his friends' bravery shone through. This was the first part. In the next part, Rahul and his friends' courage reveals the fake saint's true identity and saves the village girls. The girl, Anjali, gradually returned to a normal life. Though the terrifying night still haunted her, Rahul and his friends' bravery had given her new strength. The villagers, inspired by her courage, realized that fear could be overcome and injustice confronted. Anjali's self-confidence grew, and she helped rebuild her home while raising awareness to protect other village girls. The village's old houses were renovated, and small embankments were built along the river to prevent future flood damage. The girls of the village learned courage from Anjali, realizing that fear was not merely a barrier but a source of strength if faced correctly. Anjali would often stand by the river, silently proving that humans could confront any danger. Rahul and his friends became heroes in the village. They would visit schools to teach children the values of courage, honesty, and justice. Their mission went beyond saving a girl. It was about teaching the entire village that bravery brings change. Children looked up to Anjali as a model and drew inspiration from her story. Peace returned to Anjali's life. She spent time with family and friends, yet sometimes she would sit by the river, recalling that night. Though fear lingered, it had made her stronger. She knew that challenges would always arise, but courage and truth could face anything. A new festival began in the village, celebrating courage and justice. Anjali and Rahul were the chief guests. They showed the villagers that no matter how deep the darkness, light always triumphs. The fake saint's evil was defeated, and peace was restored. Thus, Anjali, Rahul, and the villagers together overcame past fears and began a new life. Their story became a symbol of inspiration, teaching the village and surrounding communities that united, they could face any danger. Anjali became not just a survivor, but a beacon of hope and courage for the youth. She would share her story at schools, teaching children that truth and justice are never easy but always worth standing for. Anjali's courage was felt in every corner of the village. New safety measures along the river were established. Volunteers were trained to protect the community from danger and wrongdoing. A culture of cooperation and integrity flourished. Anjali grew more confident, strengthened family bonds, and dedicated herself to the welfare of her society. She launched a self-defense and awareness center for village girls, teaching bravery, awareness, and social responsibility. Her example reshaped the mindset of the village youth, who realized that fear can be conquered through courage. Visitors to the village were amazed by Anjali's story, how a young woman and her friends transformed the morale of an entire community. Elders said, "We once feared, but Anjali showed us the importance of standing for truth and justice." This praise further strengthened her resolve. Anjali's story became a symbol of inspiration. The villagers understood that facing danger required courage, honesty, and unity. Anjali not only saved her life, but also reshaped the village's safety, education, and spirit of bravery. Her story teaches future generations that fear can be overcome and a community thrives when united. Anjali's courage and determination left a lasting impression on every villager. The terrifying night when she faced the river flood and the fake Saint's threat became a source of inspiration. People understood that fear is merely an obstacle that can be overcome with courage. Over time, under Anjali's initiative, the village returned to normal and became safe. Flood prevention measures, early warning systems, and trained rescue workers improved under her leadership. Girls acquired new skills, young men became braver, and everyone learned to stand together. Anjali's example spread to other villages, inspiring people to strengthen their lives and communities. For Anjali, this journey was not just about survival, it became a lesson in societal welfare, justice, and standing for truth. Every villager realized that any danger could come, but with courage, honesty, and unity, anything could be overcome. In the end, Anjali's bravery and intelligence protected the village from danger, established the importance of justice and integrity, and taught the next generation that courage and truth are never defeated. Her story became an eternal lesson. Those who conquer fear are truly strong. Thus, Anjali's courage was not just a story of one night during a flood, became a lighthouse of inspiration for the society. Her name was etched in history, reminding future generations, conquer fear, stand for justice and truth, and no force can stop you.